Hi, my name is Chelsea Grosjean, and I will be talking about marijuana and hashish. Marijuana has many different slang terms such as weed, herb, pot, grass, bud, ganja, Mary Jane, many more. It is a greenish-gray mixture of the dried flowers of cannabis sativa. Hashish and marijuana are actually very similar because they come from cannabis, but the difference is that hashish is pure compressed resin. So you see it kind of gives this clay looking effect. It's very condensed. So producing hashish requires a separation of the resin from the flowering tops by drying and cooling the marijuana plant. So marijuana hashish, they both originate from the female cannabis plant, the cannabis sativa. And like I said before, cannabis is the generic name for hashish and marijuana, so it's the plant that they both come from. They're just different forms. The active substance for marijuana and hashish is THC, but there are countless other things such as CBD, maybe even CBDVs, things like that. So THC is also known as delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. It is a cannabinoid, which is the active ingredients found in marijuana. So like I said before, THC, CBD, CBDV, things like that, those are all cannabinoids. It creates the majority of marijuana's psychological effects. So these include euphoria, which is kind of just like happiness and pleasure feelings, visual and auditory perception. So some people have reported seeing like trails behind moving objects, so their vision's a little off, or they hear things more intensely or more quietly. Short-term memory, some people may not remember really what they did earlier in the night or not that long ago what someone had said, things like that. And struggles with concentration and time perception. So it could be really hard for someone to like read a book while they're under the influence of marijuana or do homework. And also people have reported thinking that time is faster than it is or slower, things like that. CBD is another cannabinoid. It's also known as cannabidiol. So CBD works to alleviate pain. It can relieve inflammation, pain, anxiety, psychosis, seizures, spasms, many more things. So CBD, concentrated marijuana, hashish, is kind of meant for people with cancers or muscle pains or any kind of health problems, and it actually becomes beneficial to them. Evidence suggests that CBD is safe even at very high doses, so you don't really hear people reporting overdosing from CBD because it is like a medical beneficiary product. And there are two types of CBD products. So there are CBD-rich products, and these have equal amounts of THC and CBD, or sometimes more CBD than THC. Then there are CBD-dominant products, so products that are CBD-rich and have very little THC. So what's the difference really between CBD and THC? CBD is non-psychoactive, so again, used to alleviate pain. These are for people who have like mental disorders and cancer and muscle pain, things like that. THC is psychoactive, so those are people who report like being high, the troubles with time perception and concentration, memory loss, visual and auditory perceptions, things like that. So there are many risks and consequences that come from the use of marijuana and hashish. Studies have shown that critical skills related to attention, memory, and learning were seriously diminished after the use of marijuana and hashish. So kind of like I said before, it may be hard to concentrate on your homework. It may be hard to remember what someone had told you to do or what to say or things like that. You can't really pay attention in class. It's also well known to impair motor skills, so this can lead to intoxicated driving. I'm sure everyone has seen the DUI Isn't Just Booze campaign that's been very popular recently. So that campaign is trying to target people to make them understand that there are other things like marijuana or prescription pills that can affect your motor skills so you can't drive. Then people with mental illnesses are prone to negative effects of marijuana. So if you're schizophrenic, it may cause you to relapse symptoms like hallucinations and hearing things and paranoia, things like that, and anxiety disorders. You can get more stressed, get more anxious because of marijuana. Although there have been no reported deaths from it, one can overdose with the use of marijuana or hashish. This comes from a THC overdose, not a CBD overdose. Like I said earlier, there haven't been any reports of overdosing on CBD. So these kind of symptoms for overdosing include nausea and vomiting, rapid heart rate, disorientation and confusion, paranoia, or shortness of breath. So thank you for listening today and learning about marijuana and hashish. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you.